Hello, today we are testing the Seeed Studio XIAO NRF52840. Seeed Studio sent me this microcontroller to test and apply it to a project. First, let's see what this microcontroller is. The XIAO NRF52840 is a microcontroller based on Nordic NRF52840 CPU. It's a random Cortex M4 CPU with support for Bluetooth 5.0 and NFC. It has an ultra small size with 21mm by 17.5mm, ideal for projects with little space, like wearables. Besides Bluetooth and NFC, also supports Zigbee. It has multiple interfaces like UART, I2C, SPI, ADC, multiple GPIOs, and a 3-in-1 RAID. It also has a nice characteristic. It's breadboard friendly because there's no components in the back. For this project, I use a part from another microcontroller. This is the Bitalino. The Bitalino is a biomedical microcontroller similar to Arduino. It has a microcontroller, a Bluetooth module, and some general modules like LED, buzzer, digital to analog converter, lux sensor, button, and a protoboard. Then has a very specific medical modules to perform functions like ECG, EMG, EDA, and EEG. This was developed in Portugal by Hugo Silva. I will put more info below in the description. For the project, I use as base a sketch created by Hugo to read the rhythm and electrical activity of the heart. Then this info will be translated to a set of LEDs. The XIAO received the info from the ECG sensor, connected to the pin D1, translate and send it to pin D9. The ECG sensor needs to connect to VCC ground, the XIAO receive pin, and a reference value. This is made connecting the pin with two 10K parallel resistors, one connected to VCC and the other to ground. After connecting, all the LEDs blink with the heart rate. We can see on Arduino Portal a graphical display of the information received from the ECG sensor. For the project, I use a perf board. The first step is place the components on the perf board and apply solder flux to help the solder process. The first components to be placed are the resistors and the female pins for the XIAO. By using the female pins, it's easy to reuse the microcontroller. I always use a film extractor to ventilate the solder fumes. Mine is built with a computer fan, an active cold filter, and a 3D printed part. Next, it's time to solder the ECG sensor. This uses 4 pins to connect to the perf board and 3 pins for the electrodes. This ECG sensor uses 3 electrodes on the chest, one on each clavicle and one on the left side, below the lower chest. After all the components are placed, it's time to cut the perf board to the desired size. To do this, I use a box cutter. Just score the row of holes and snap it with the hands or pliers. To make the case, I use Fusion 360 and Creativity Slice to send it to the printer. This project has 3 printed parts: the wet case, the main case, and the chest part. For connecting the LEDs, I use a piece of perf board to join all the cathodes and place the ground connector. After all are soldered, it's time to repeat the process for the anode. After all connections are made, it's mandatory to check if the VCC is isolated from the ground and test. Everything doesn't always go as expected. When checking the connections, I place too much force on the vise and the perf board break, so it's time to do all the solder again. In the end, it's time to put the battery connections and isolate all to avoid short circuits. Ideally, I use thermal swift, but because I don't have the right size, thermal glue also works. This project is powered with a 3.7V 1-cell LiPo battery. Finally, it's time to prepare the chest part. To do this, I press an elastic band glued on both sides. This part has a hole in the middle to pass the electrodes. At the end, I had to replace the red wire with white ones and remove the 2200 ohm resistor for a more visible light. Next, it's time to press all the 3D print parts and test it. To join the parts, because this is PLA, I use super glue. After all is finished, let's see the final result. I have another project that you may like. Don't forget to check it out. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next video. Thanks for Seeed Studios to send me this XIAO for testing and incorporate it in a project. I hope you like this project. Thanks for watching and we will see you on the next one.